My dears, you won't believe what I just found. What I just found. Look at this. I found a coin. This is just not a coin. These are 10 cents. 10 cents. Nope, the video of today is not about finding coins. It's actually quite the opposite. It's how not to lose your coins. My dears, you're working very hard for the money. So in this video, let's talk about how not to lose it in Vienna. Believe it or not, there are a couple of things that you can just avoid not to lose your money. Yep, that's the House Museum of Mozart. Yeah, but first things first, we need to park my bike. Hi, my name is Daniel, I'm Colombian. I've been around Europe for the last 12 years and here in Vienna for the last 2 years. How not to spend your money. First thing, you already saw it. Can you please stop riding those horses? Oh la la. One thing is that they are never cheap. Second thing is that you are supporting animal abuse, which is never okay. And third thing, you just walk around the main center. You can just walk. Why do you need a freaking horse to do this? Yes, you can do whatever you want with your money. It's just my suggestion. I think that, you can explore the city just by walking, like eating, walking, taking pictures. Like this, you are spending your money. I'm starting with the obvious. We are in the first district, something that you shouldn't do, not just in Vienna, like anywhere. This is not the place to go shopping, unless you are a multimillionaire. Otherwise, this is just not the... Oh, I need to buy something. You go to the first district, to the main center of the city. Wrong. But what are you talking about is my money. I can spend my money however I want. As I said, if you are a millionaire, fine, good for you. But if you're a millionaire, then this channel is the wrong for you. I'm just talking to people like me, people who actually want to save money. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. I don't know if you feel that sometimes you work so hard. Those 30 days of the month, you work your butt off. And then in a second you spend in so many unnecessary things. But yeah, I understand. Sometimes we make mistakes. We spend money on unnecessary things because sometimes we just don't know better, or we didn't have anyone to tell us about those things. That's why I'm here. At least in the city of Vienna, I can give you my point of view and some tips. So I'm not the biggest fan of tours because I think tours are just not necessary unless you need huge explanation about something or really you get lost navigating a simple city. Cycling tours, you really don't cycle. You just like, look at this. Now, what about these cycling tours? I'm not a fan either. How about if you just watch a couple YouTube videos, you read things about the city online. So you are in the city, you're gonna have a plan because you're gonna plan before coming. You're gonna have the landmarks you wanna visit. You wanna mark out the museums you wanna visit, the places where you want to have a picture. Literally right now, there is no excuse. You can just go to TikTok, thousands of people showing you the best places of a city, restaurants, landmarks, anything. But I'm 2 minutes away from showing you what I consider the worst tours of all. Sorry, and please don't hate me because of this, but they are just so unnecessary unless you have a good reason for that. First of all, again, it's not that cheap. Secondly, there is nothing better than just walking around exploring the city by yourself. Last but not least, you have a beautiful city in front of you. You have a beautiful city to walk around and you are in a bus. Come on. Okay, I guess you got my point. Please leave it in the comments. What do you think about these tours? Like walking tours, like cycling tours, bus tours? Are they really worth it? I guess you have seen this building in a couple of my videos. I guess you already recognize it. This is the Opera House of Vienna, where one little kind of a scam, a very good way of losing your money happens every day. You are into the opera house, you are into theater, into opera, That's amazing, good for you. However, how can you buy a ticket? Easy thing, go to the place, queue, get in line, buy your ticket, leave, super. You have a date and then you enjoy your show with no issues. Second option, just go online to the official websites or whatever, theaters, in this case the Opera House, buy your ticket, enjoy it. Not many people think the same, and they try to go through the shortcut, they try to do it the easy way, the fast way, and sometimes it's just a scam. Yes, you just saw it, buying tickets to random people outside the Opera House. Careful, I'm not saying that all of them are a scam, no, but obviously things happen. I'm gonna say once again, not everyone is scamming you, but there are always those people who want to do the bad thing, and they are gonna try to scam you. And also, it's a little bit of your fault. Why would you just go outside, buy your ticket to a random person, and then you're gonna be surprised because your ticket was fake? It's an excellent way of losing your money. And now, taking advantage that we are in the first district, we can just discuss a couple of other things that you should not do around here so that you can save a couple of bucks. You know what this is? This is the famous Saher Hotel, where they sell the infamous, the ultra mega famous Saher tort. It's a chocolate cake that has history, that, over the years, that has been just one of the most memorable, honorable cakes here in Vienna. They feel proud of it. However, if you buy it here in the Saher Hotel, which is, it's cool, it's fancy, it's too expensive and it's just a chocolate cake. Yes, they might have, I don't know, the most original recipe or whatever, but literally in many places around Vienna, you can buy the same Saher tort. So don't lose your money. But I want to live the experience in the proper Saher place. Fine, it is your choice. I'm just saying. Obviously, now that we're talking about, cakes, food, drinks, this is another category that I would say, pay attention to it. Why would you come to the first district to have dinner? Unless you want to have the experience or you have the money to afford it, good for you. But this, at least Vienna, is not well known because it's a cheap city. That's not the thing about Vienna. Vienna is an expensive city. Why to drink? Why to have a coffee in the first district? You don't need that. You can go somewhere else, or you can just, you know what I'm talking about. This is a topic that is not easy to explain because some people are just so undeniable and they just wouldn't agree with you. Simple as having a coffee. Yes, you can have a coffee right here, like around the opera houses, the palaces. Yeah, I prefer more like cozy places out of the first district in a different neighborhood, district, streets. There are, I don't know, the vibe is different. People are sometimes even nicer. It's not just full of tourists coming and going, just to enjoy the coffee. And the most important thing that is related to this video, way cheaper. So this one is the Albertina Museum, one of the most famous museums here in the main center of Vienna. Careful, I'm never gonna say that a museum is a waste of time. I love museums. I think they are just, it's a nice way to enjoy the day, to enrich yourself culturally. If you like arts, if you like, I love it. It's cool. But you are losing money once you don't check the schedules. Let me explain. Here in Vienna, at least, or no, but most of the museums that I know, they have 1, 2, 3 days a month. You just have to go to the website, and sometimes they're like, oh, every first Friday of every month, the first Friday of the month is for free. Done. You can visit the same museum for free, just in a different day, depending on the schedules. And these are the type of things people spend money on, and I really think that they are just, wasting their money just because their lack of knowledge. But I'm telling you, almost any city, but almost any city, they offer free things around the month. You just have to look in the website. All information is there, check it out. I'm sure that for exhibitions, events, festivals, museums, there are free entries at some point, or you can get free entries somehow. check them out. You're gonna save some coins. Yes, I understand how important it is to get some souvenirs for the family, for your girlfriend, from your kid, but let me tell you something about that. For me, buying souvenirs isn't the same package of buying anything in the first district. It's just overpriced. Yes, there are very nice stores of souvenirs with Mozarts, with chocolates, with bags, with shirts, whatever. But in the main street, it's just not okay. Whoa, a crowd almost hit me. No, this is not because I'm super smart. I'm street smart. No, it's because when my parents visit me, a couple of times I'm not with them. They go around and they're like, "Oh, look, we bought a couple of things, a couple of little statues, pictures, candies from the city, the magnets for your kitchen doors, and whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, how much was everything?" And literally, they are like, "Oh, 70 euros, 80 euros for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 pieces of something." I'm sorry, but you can save some money. Yes, I might understand if you say yeah, but what about if I want a souvenir? I'm in the first district, what can I do? Yeah, let me show you the plan B. So this is, if I'm not wrong, this is Kredner Strasse, which is the shopping street here in the main center of Vienna. We are walking towards the main cathedral, St. Stephan's Cathedral. And right around the corner, I discovered time ago another shop, souvenir shop, with the same shit, just cheaper. And actually, I'm not gonna stop the video so you think, oops, so you think that I'm lying to you. Look, this is Kredner, I think I'm saying it super wrongly, Kredner Strasse. And look, keep walking with me. I'm gonna show you just around the corner, literally in front of the main cathedral. There is a smaller shop. Yeah, it's a smaller shop in a more like a random street where you can have your souvenirs for half price. Half price. Come with me. I'm not gonna stop the video. Just come. Look. This is funny, but if we were walking in real life, you have to understand that I'm an Aquarius. So it will be as weird as this. Sometimes I just want to walk in silence. I'm sorry. Okay, now I can see. It's Körnerstrasse. This is Graben. My bike is just 5 minutes from here, the place where we park it. Now we have the St. Stephan's Dome. The cathedral is right here. Let me show you. Let me see how I can go around. This is so full of people. The cathedral is right there. There you go. So, we were coming from this street, straight. Cathedral is in front of me. I have to dodge people. Everyone wants to have a picture around. I mean, it's a beautiful cathedral. I understand that. I understand that. I did that the first week that I came to Vienna 2 years ago. I understand. I've been a tourist myself. This is actually the main entrance of the cathedral. And literally in front, we have this street. This street. If we walk a couple of meters, then you have this shop. I'm not lying to you. There are ways to save your money. Look, I'm gonna just turn around and I'm gonna tell you what it is. And it's this one. Look, shops. Now I'm gonna turn the camera around. So as you can see, even in the main district where I would suggest you not to go shopping, you can find plan B. Plan B to save a couple of coins, some bucks, you know what I mean? The same magnet that you want for your kitchen, the fridge, instead of paying 6, 7 euros for one unit, you can pay half of it. You have to walk around, my dear. Walk around. If you think this, you know what? Share my video with somebody who's gonna come to Vienna. I'm the one. I'm the one. So yeah, I know that there is some type of magic environment, vibe here in the first district, in the very, very, very center of the city, but my social anxiety is already kicking, so I'm gonna go get my bike and just get out of here. talking about these places, like eating in these places, drinking around these places. Do you enjoy to have a drink, having a conversation, but everyone is around you? Like everyone, literally everyone is walking around you. How can you enjoy a meal like that? Look at this. Look at this. Like I'm not lying. How? 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 Just explain to me how. Or maybe it's because I'm just socially awkward, but I just can't. This is full of people. You don't see anything. It's just buildings around. Yes, you can have the experience, but you cannot really have a conversation. And the most important thing for this video is not cheap. Probably an aperol here, a beer here, a glass of wine is more expensive than a regular bar. Why? Please leave it in the comments. Why? I'm joking. Don't write anything. I understand. I know. I know what you're gonna say. If you want to do it, if you can do it, if that's your vibe, good. I'm just giving my opinion. Don't hate me. My dears, two more things that you can avoid so that you don't waste unnecessary money. One, I feel shame of talking about this and a little bit embarrassed. And it's about this one, this beauty, my bike. This is about fines, fines in Vienna. There are two ways that you can just literally put money on the toilet, on the garbage by paying fines. And one is about riding. Here in Vienna, people tend to follow rules, in the street when you are riding your bike. Try not to cross the street when the traffic light is in red. If a policeman catches you, you're gonna get a ticket and you're gonna pay a fine. That's money that you need. That's money that you're throwing to the garbage. So this is the monetary, financial, negative side of this, which is, somehow is fair. And I feel that I'm a little bit like, I feel I'm not entitled to talk about this because I break some of these rules. I'm sorry. Sometimes you're riding the bike and you just break the rules. However, the second thing is sometimes people call you out, like citizens, random people, usually grandpas. They call you out when you break the rules. They are like, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Don't do it again. I'm going to call the police. Sometimes they take the phones out, ready to take pictures or videotape you. So sometimes, and when that happens, you just feel absolutely embarrassed, guilty. When somebody just randomly in the street, they just call you out because you are breaking obvious rules. So one thing that you should avoid, at least when you're riding your bike, please follow the rules. Be respectful, relax. And by the way, talking about saving money, riding your bike. I'm not saying that you're losing money because you pay, your metro tickets, your Uber tickets, your bus tickets, probably you need them. But if you have the chance to get a bike, actually it's such a nice investment. Literally, I don't know how much money this bike has saved me. So yeah, if you have a chance to ride a scooter, a bike, obviously it depends on the geography of the place, at least here in Vienna, and most of cities around Central Europe, they are flat. So having a bike, having a scooter, even an electric scooter is a very good investment in the sense of saving money. And second thing that you can do to save money regarding paying fines here in Vienna is paying your U-Bahn tickets, your metro tickets. It's very easy to feel like, oh, I'm super smart. I just can ride around the city using the public transportation without a ticket because I know how the system works. Sometimes I feel that I can, and probably you too, you can recognize the how do you call that? The policemen, the ticket controllers. That's the way, the ticket controllers. Sometimes I feel that I know some of them. So once you see that they are coming into the U-Bahn, you can just jump out. But not in all cases. Sometimes you just get off station. Once you're trying to, you use the escalator, you try to go out, and right at the main entrance, there is a line of ticket controllers and you can just not escape. The fine for this is something around 100 euros if you pay on spot, and a little bit more expensive if you get the ticket and pay later. 100 euros for not paying 2.40 euros. That is the price of one ride. Maybe that's a way of just don't do it. Just literally putting your money that you worked hard for on the toilet. Yes, don't do it. Yeah, nobody asked, but literally having a coffee machine at home, I'm saving so much money. I mean, okay, it's not that I'm too selfish. Am I too selfish with myself? Coffee out is amazing. Enjoying a coffee outside is good, but not all the time. Sometimes you can have a coffee in. No, actually, I'm joking. I love to have coffee out. Yeah, I can have coffee at home. I do my coffee. I love it. Yes, but coffee out just hits different. I understand. I understand. Last but not least, thing that can save money from your pocket is dating. Dating. Yes, dating. And I came out with this idea because I was talking to a friend. And first of all, there are two things. One is dating apps, that if you want to get the most out of a dating app, you should pay for the premium features, like so you can match easier with other people, that you can access the profiles you want, that you have the visibility in the app. You should pay for that. People have different reasons why they use social apps, but if possible, try not to pay for those things. Fine, you have your reasons to pay for those meeting apps, you know what I'm talking about, dating apps, fine. But let's talk about the spending money on dating. First of all, on that side of online dating, because you text for a while and then it's like, let's go for a coffee, let's go for a wine, let's go for dinner. That it's not cheap. I'm gonna say something that maybe some ladies are not gonna like, but that is the truth. When we talk about dating apps and going out, literally the date, at least financially, is on the shoulders of the man. Yes, nobody's pushing the guy to pay, but that feels the right thing to do. The guy is gonna invite you to go out and yeah, he's gonna pay. So in most cases, in dating apps, you chill. The guy is the one who has to think about the money. And it's not a secret that there is a high demand on this app, so obviously the guy wants to excel. He's not going to invite you for a coffee in the corner. Obviously, he's going to try to be, something a little bit nicer, a pub, I don't know, a nice bar, coffee out in a nice, cute place, not in a random place. If we are talking about dinner, well, obviously the first date is like the first impression, so you have to let sometimes the money talk. And if you are fully immersed in dating, whoa, yeah, that bill at the end of the month is gonna be, not good, not good. But wait a second, I also have a opposite opinion to myself. There are so many people out there that are not that, let's say, fancy. There are so many people out there, like, I don't know, girls, boys, who actually are looking for a picnic in the park, actually a walk and an ice cream. Yes, we cannot generalize. And I'm not saying that every time that you go to an online app, you have to end up in a fancy 5-star restaurant. No, but I'm saying the app itself is trying to meet people. And when you meet for the first time, you want to give a good impression. So you're going to spend you're going to spend some money. That's the reality of it. And geolocating this idea to the city of Vienna, as I told you, Vienna is not particularly cheap. So if I want to impress you as a girl, taking you out for dinner, yeah, I need to put my hand in my pocket because that's gonna be not cheap. Now, that's the side of online dating. What about like regular, let's call it traditional dating? It's very similar. Let's say it's very similar. And if you're holding a relationship, you at some point you have to start kind of checking the balance, because going out a lot is not affordable. Every week going to a restaurant, at some point it's more like cooking at home. Let's cook together, let's buy some things in this market. There are things that you can do to save some extra bucks. Now the last point that I want to make, that this one probably is a little bit controversial, but in my case makes sense. And this is about couples. Like, you are dating somebody or you already have a girlfriend. There is something that you both can do together that, in my opinion, in my perspective, in my eyes, in my view, is gonna help you saving actually a lot of money. Yep, I'm talking about moving together. I really think that that's one of the best ideas, moving together when you are sure about your partner. I think that sharing a household, I think that is one of the best ideas. Financially talking, in expensive cities, call it like Munich, Vienna, Zurich, Berlin, sharing rent, sharing expenses in regards to food, sharing expenses in regards of, electricity, water, that is a good business from the point of view of the finances. There is a very good business to team up, at least for, the living expenses. It's not a bad idea, and that's going to help you saving some money. My dears, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this video, around the city, talking about how to save money, at least in Vienna. I hope that these tips at least kind of ring a bell to make you a little bit more conscious about your decisions when you're visiting a city, or if you're coming to Vienna. Keep those little things that I told you in mind so you can keep your money in your pocket. I'm always open to learn from you. You are from probably different cities, different countries. Can you let me know in the comments what would be that tip? What would be that tip, that knowledge, that wisdom that you can give me to actually save money in regards of a city, like visiting a city? When you go to a city, how can we save money? What are those things that we should avoid so that we don't lose money, that precious money that we work hard for? Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, to like, to comment. That's gonna help me a lot. And well, enjoy these days. Now summer is coming, the sun is shining bright. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy everything. See you soon. Bye-bye.